When it comes to building or upgrading your filmmaking gear, it could kind of feel a little bit overwhelming. And I know for me personally, when I first started, I had the question, where do I even start? And that's why I wanted to make this video today. I've had the chance to use a ton of different filmmaking gear on many different projects, such as documentaries, TV commercials, short films, and even the videos here on the channel. And in that time, I've really gotten to know and love some of the gear that I use. All of this is gear that I would totally pick up today if I were to start over in my career. And that's because everything has made the filmmaking process better, more fun, and just straight up easier. And we're gonna dive right in, but before we do, I have a super quick but really big announcement. We are doing our very first giveaway here on the channel. We're giving away the Molus B200 made by Jim. I've used this light a ton, especially in this video here where I kind of showcase its features. I'll link that video down below if you're interested in seeing this light in action. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is to be a subscriber of the channel, leave a comment down below with these two emojis here, and that is it. I'll be announcing the winner in an upcoming Q&A video on November 26th. So if you have any questions at all about lighting, cinematography, content creation, or whatever you might have questions on, make sure to leave your comments and questions down below with these two emojis, so that way I know that you're entering yourself into the giveaway. Just a few guidelines to be aware of. Number one, it's gonna be one entry per account per person. And number two, the winner will be chosen at random. And number three, if you get a comment that says you've won, that is absolutely not true. I will be once again announcing the winner in my Q&A video coming up on November 26th, so definitely stay tuned for that video to see who won. A huge thank you to everyone who has already subscribed to the channel and supports this channel. I'm super excited for this giveaway. Can't wait to see who wins. But enough of all that. Let's get into the video, starting with my favorite lights of 2024 that I will definitely be bringing into 2025. My favorite light so far, I would have to say, number one, has to be the Molus X60. I absolutely love this light. It's bicolor and an RGB light. It's a 60 watt light, but for a 60 watt light, it is extremely bright. I've used it on many different videos on the channel, but I've also used it for this commercial shoot as well, for this dinner scene right here. This was mainly our key light for all of the subjects at the table. I had two lights going, actually, this one and the Molus G200, and using daylight as a motivation for this light, the color temperature and lighting angles. I also used it for this dice scene here when she throws the dice into the lake, or seemingly throws it into the lake. We used the fish tank and a black curtain to create a dark, murky water scene. And we also used the Molus X60 to get more of a warmer tone, to really manipulate those colors in post and make it look like this. But like I said, we also used the G200, and that is also another one of my favorite lights. I just love them because they are super flexible, super lightweight, super small. I mean, I can't say enough about them. Anyway, I use these lights in my videos all the time, so if you go back and look at any of the cinematography and lighting videos that I have on the channel, definitely check those out and you can see these lights in action. All right, but moving on and kind of switching gears a little bit to something that's not technically gear, but definitely something that I utilize a lot in my work. And one of them is for post-production, the other is for pre-production, and specifically music and screen grabs. But let's talk about those individually. When it comes to making films, one of the things that I personally like to spend a lot of time on is finding the perfect song or songs for my film. Finding the right song for a specific moment in the film is crucial, and it's one of those things that if you don't get it right, it can send the wrong message to the viewer. I used to spend hours and hours and hours trying to find these songs for my film. Sometimes it would even be a whole day, but there is one platform, one place where I get music that's truly made everything so much easier, and that is MUSICBED. This isn't a sponsored video. I really love MUSICBED because it's just professional quality music. They find musicians that are completely dedicated to giving you the best music that we could possibly find for our films. I've been using them for the last year in all of my projects. I use them in this commercial. I'm also planning on using them for a future documentary that I am currently planning right now. They also have an AI feature that you can just type in a movie or a song from a movie that you love, and they will give you a whole list of music that sounds just like that or similar to it. And if you can't find a specific song that you're looking for, you can chat with them and they'll help you find that song. I really love their platform. But moving on to pre-production, now this is where things get really interesting. Whenever I plan any film of mine or even a YouTube video, I go in and I create a whole pre-production board. I use Milanote, again, not a sponsor. Nothing in this video is a sponsor, by the way. And I really like to start with visuals, especially if I'm working with the team. I like like to have visuals to show the team exactly what the vision is. And that is where FilmVibes comes in. FilmVibes is AI search engine tool to search for references from movies and music videos and commercials and things like that. I like using it because not only can you get screen grabs, but you can also get GIFs and videos, MP4s, and throw those into Milanote so you can show your crew exactly in action what your vision is. It's super easy to use. You can just search by text, but you could also search by filters, color. You can even draw out the picture you're envisioning in your head and it'll give it to you straight away. Definitely check out those two if you're interested in learning more. Okay, but moving on now to lenses. Now, again, if you've been watching the channel for some time, you know that I use Sony cameras, and more specifically the Sony FX3 and the a7 IV. I like to use the 24-70 G Master lens 2.8. I love it because paired with the FX3, it just looks incredible to me personally. I don't see myself changing out this whole setup anytime soon. However, if you're looking for more of a budget option, definitely check out the 35mm 1.8 by Sony. This little lens is incredible. I've used it for short films, for documentaries, for TV commercials. I've used it for a whole lot of different things and I love it. Currently, I'm using it on my a7 IV as a B camera and B-roll camera, behind the scenes camera, and I really love the image that I get from it. I truly believe that you don't have to spend a lot on lenses to get a really quality image. You really don't. I believe that you can get a quality image even from your cell phone if you know what to look for. But definitely check out the Sony 35mm 1.8. I actually have a whole video on the 35mm focal length and this lens in particular. I'll link that down below if you're interested in learning more. But speaking of phone filmmaking, here is the Anamorphic Lens by Sandmark. Now, this isn't a sponsor, but they did send me this anamorphic lens to kind of try it out and see what I think. I typically don't use my cell phone even for the videos here on my channel. However, there's a lot more people using their cell phones and I could totally see why. If you know what you're looking for, you can totally get a great image, but this anamorphic lens is incredible. And paired with the Blackmagic app, it completely blew me away. Here is some test footage that I got with the anamorphic lens. I personally think it looks really great. I might actually start using it because it's gonna be much easier, so much more streamlined. I'm even thinking about creating a short film just using this anamorphic lens, other Sandmark accessories, and just my cell phone. So let me know if you're interested in seeing something like that, because I'd love to do that. That'd be super fun. But going back to my camera accessories, another one is ND filters. Now, I've been really loving the magnetic filter systems by Freewell. The one I'm currently using on my FX3 is the V2 filter system. This is an ND and a circular polarizer together, but it can also stack things like mist filters and things like that. Right now, I currently use the ND and CPL together with a mist filter on top of that because I just like the halation that it gives off with my lighting. This one is definitely great, but if you aren't into ND CPL filters together or you want to separate the two, the M2 is another one that I've been using on my Sony a7 IV specifically. It's a swap system is what they call it. I love this one because, previously I would have to unscrew the filter, screw on another one, or take it off altogether every time I went outside, inside, or into stark lighting conditions. But now you don't have to do that with this filter system. You just pull one off, put the next one on, or just pull it off completely. In this M2 filter pack, they have 3 different stops, as well as a UV filter and a polarizer. I'm actually gonna do a whole video dedicated to this ND filter system, so definitely stay tuned for that. Well, that's gonna do it for me, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, don't forget to enter in and leave your comments and questions down below with these 2 emojis to enter into our contest to win the Molus G200. If you would like to see this light in action and learn a little bit more about creative ways to film yourself with lighting and cinematography, definitely check out this video here. If you liked this video or gained any value at all, please click the like button down below. It actually helps to spread it to more people. If you have any questions about any of the gear that I shared today, please feel free to hit me up in the comments below. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.